My name is Robert Balcom. I am the South Territory Manager for Matrix Fitness. Starting off, I'll go into the manual quick start button, the go button, and then that's going to kind of put you on like a main workout screen. It's going to show your profile here, this is kind of like a 3D image of your run. So if you were to elevate it, this little trail here will start to incline, kind of like a 3D footage. You have your speed here, you have your elevation here, and then there's several different ways to make adjustments to the program. So let's say you want to go up to 3 miles an hour. You can do a touch and drag here, and there is a safety feature. So if you drag it up, like let's say somebody accidentally drags it all the way up to 8.9 miles an hour by accident, if you don't hit the OK button to confirm that that's where you want it, it's going to automatically go back down. That's just kind of a safety feature so nobody gets injured if they accidentally hit it. You can also make adjustments to the speed and incline with the arrow buttons up here. And then you can do the down one right here. And then for some of the folks who like just the manual classic button features, you can also make adjustments here on the handles. Same thing with the elevation on this side. So for those of you who like to do interval training, there are some cool features here that you can do. Like let's say somebody wants to start off at like a 3.1 mile an hour walk, and then do that for a few minutes, and then take it up to, let's say, a higher jog or something, about 7.1, and do that for a few minutes. Sort of like how a TV remote works, you can do an automatic flashback of where you were. So let's say you want to do this for 7.1 miles an hour for a few minutes and then automatically go back to 3.1. You can tap the little red button at the top right here, and that'll take you all the way back instead of having to manually go all the way down. So same thing on the elevation. You can do it right here, touch and drag, or you can use the arrows. And notice when you adjust your elevation, the trail on the screen is going to go up. So same thing here, you can do the interval. If you do the interval on elevation, you can do that as well here. So that's really, as far as the adjustments of your speed and elevation goes, that's it's pretty simple. Several different ways to use it. Somebody's doing like a walk and they want to hold on to their heart rate and adjust their speed and elevation. It's kind of easier to do it right here. Several other buttons up here. You do have an integrated fan. So you have a low, medium, and high speed on the fan. You'll feel the air come out of this vent right here. And then you also have a pause button here, so if you want to pause your workout, get off for a few seconds, you can come back. Now the screen selection up here at the top, there's several different ones. Some people just like the regular simple screen that just show your calories, your time, and your distance. You can click that one. And then you also have iPod capabilities on all the 7XE consoles. So plug your iPod in here, or iPhone, whichever one. When you plug it in, you can actually pull up your playlist. So your playlist will pull up right here, and then you'll have like your album, artist selection, song selection, sort of just like you do if you're using it manually. Also, another thing too, if you have any video on your iPod or iPhone, it will give you an option to either click audio or video. If you have movies or something downloaded you want to watch, you can watch it on the screen as well too. The next selection is going to be the TV selection. So once the TVs get hooked up, you'll be able to click the TV button. You'll have a picture here. Now there's a couple different ways to watch the TV. If you want to watch the TV and then also have your workout data on the side, you can watch it in the 7-screen feature, or you can blow it up into like a full 15-inch screen, tap the screen, and then it'll go up into the full screen like that. And then to go back to your workout, just tap the screen again, and it'll take you right back to where you were. If you're using an iPod or if you're watching TV, your headphone jack's going to be right here. So just plug it in at the bottom below the manual go button. And that's another thing too, back to when you first start out, you do have, instead if you don't want to use the touch screen, you can still start out right here with the buttons below. So that covers majority of the features here. Now if you go back, like if you want to stop the workout, you can click the stop button, and there's an emergency stop button. Either one, you can push down on this one and then lift it back up to go back to the main workout screen. Now you have all your workouts right here, or your workout regimen. So if you want to do like a fat burn program, this is a little bit different. This is going to require some of your data to be put in before you actually start your workout. So once you get in, you'll have your time set up here. So if you want to do, you know, like an hour, put it all the way up here. And you can also adjust your level during the workout, so you don't have to have that confirmed right when you start out. Also your weight, and then also your speed that you want to start out at as well. And then once you get all that data hooked up, just press the go button like you would before, and then it'll put you right back into the same workout screen. So that pretty much sums it up. I mean, we really tried to make it as user-friendly as possible, sort of like the iPhone is. The touch and drag features, the color schemes. We looked at a lot of that, especially for the folks who aren't as experienced at using workout equipment. So once you go back to the main screen, there's another software that we have inside all of our SKU product on the cardio category. Is Virtual Active. Again, you have the question mark right here, kind of give you a brief description, but Virtual Active is actual video-based footage of a guy. The guy who started the company he was a cross-country runner, but he took a professional Hollywood camera and got video footage of all his runnings to like Yellowstone National Park, Grand Canyon, a lot of major landmarks around the country, and packaged it up into different courses and implemented it into our cardio products. So you can actually go do his runs. Another cool thing about it is our products are going to be responsive to his courses. So when you start out in the course, if you go uphill in the course, the treadmill is going to incline. If you go back down a hill, it's going to level out. But starting out, once you go into the Virtual Active program, it's going to show you your selection of different courses. So you got the LA run, Sierra Nevada, Utah run, Chicago run, Northern Rockies run. Click this button right here to the side. It'll take you over to the next selection. Let's see. Pacific Northwest, American Northeast run, American Southwest run, Swiss Alps, and Northern Italy. We have different courses for different SKUs, so you'll see different courses on the ellipticals and the stair climbers versus the treadmills. They kind of made them customized to actual SKU. But let's say we'll start out on the LA run. So click the screen here. Same as you would when you're setting up your other products or your other programs. You would just put in all your data here. Once you get your data where you want it, just hit the go button. And then it'll do the same countdown, but you're gonna have that 7-inch screen here in the middle with your workout data on the side. So it's gonna download the map, show you exactly where your starting point is gonna be, and then where you're gonna end. And then just like before, like if you're watching TV or you're watching any video footage on your iPod or iPhone, you can expand the screen just by tapping it again. And that'll put you into the full 15-inch screen. And it'll show you exactly where you're gonna start out each part of the run. And then once it loads the map, here's the video footage if you want to get a good picture here. But one thing to notice is that this is real. Like when you have your headphones plugged in, you're hearing all the same traffic noise outside. You're hearing birds chirp. It's real. A cool thing about it too is when you're actually running, it gives you cool little facts at the top about where you're running, which parts of LA you're at, or which part of the map you're on. Also too, when you increase your speed, you can either do it, like if you're back in the 7-inch screen, you can do it here on the side with the touch screen, or elevate it with the touch screen, or you can do it manually right here. But when you actually increase your speed, the screen will start to speed up just like if you're running faster. So, but again, it is responsive. So if you're actually running on the course and you start to go uphill, the treadmill will incline automatically without you doing it. So it's responsive based on what's on the video footage. So that pretty much covers the Virtual Active and most of our 7XC technology. Again, we try to make it as user-friendly as possible. You know, there is a cool feature as well. You can adjust a all your stuff manually if you don't want to use the touchscreen stuff. Or to reiterate that again, if there's any kind of damage done to the screen, you can also keep using the treadmill. You don't have to shut down the actual unit, which is neat, until we replace it. If you're watching TV, one thing I meant to bring up again, if you're ever watching TV on here, you can adjust your channels here and your volume of the channels right here, and then, or you can just manually punch in what channel you want there. So that covers that. Next up, we'll move over to the elliptical category. Starting off on the ellipticals, this is a suspension elliptical. Again, all the consoles are the same. So what you learned on the 7XC console on the treadmills, the same will apply to the ellipticals. So really the biggest difference is you're not going to have speed on the ellipticals or the Ascent trainers. It's just going to be resistance. So starting off here on the elliptical, you can start your program off by using the go button. And here's your resistance right here to the right. So two areas you actually have, you can either do the full body workout right here, or you can do the lower arms here, which checks your heart rate. Generally takes about a minute to get an accurate heart rate reading. And then you're gonna have your resistance knobs here. So if you don't wanna reach up and have to do it on the touch screen, you can do it right here at the bottom next to the resistance, or next to the heart rate monitor. Also too, same workout programs at the top. So if you want a simple screen just to kind of measure your time, your RPMs or your distance, you can click that. You got your iPod screen here, and then again, you have your TV screen here. So elliptical's pretty simple. Nothing real advanced about it. The biggest difference that you want to keep in mind when you get over here to the elliptical category, there's two different types. You have these two are just regular ellipticals. These two to the right are what we call the Ascent trainer. How you'll be able to tell the difference is really in color schemes. The yellow markings will identify this as the Ascent trainer. The biggest difference between the two categories is the Ascent trainer you can actually elevate. The elliptical is just set motion. You can't adjust your stride length, and you can just adjust resistance. These two right here, you can adjust elevation and resistance. So starting out in this one, you're going to be in a basic movement just like you would be on the elliptical, same stride length. But as you elevate it, there's an incline motor that changes your elevation and moves your stride length to a longer stride length, to where you're almost like on a stadium stepper. So it's really like a combination of an elliptical and a stair stepper. And then once you get your elevation up, you're engaging more of your hamstrings, your glutes, but you're also staying in that elliptical motion. So it's a lot less stress. So for you folks who can't do stair steppers or anything, if it's high impact on your knees, this might be a good unit to use, just so you can take all that pressure off your knees and your hips. And then again, if you want to really take it up a notch, take the resistance up at the same time as you take your elevation up. So you'll notice my knees are coming up a lot higher, getting more of kind of a longer stride length. That's why I'm getting kind of out of breath. One thing to note too, if you want to kind of get a zoom into this, all of our cardio products have Nike Plus software built in. So for those of you who have iPod or iPhone with Nike Plus built into it, you can download and save your workout summary from the unit. So again, here's your iPod cord, plug it in. At the end of each workout, it'll ask you if you have, because it'll recognize it if you already have Nike Plus, it'll ask you if you want to save it, just hit yes or no. So that covers the covers the Ascent Trainer and the ellipticals. Again, same thing, console features are the same, just like what we went over on the treadmills.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is everything polar compatible if somebody had a heart rate monitor that they wanted to wear wireless?
Yes. Yep.
Are they just polar compatible or any?
It's just polar compatible. I'll have to go in and do some follow-up on that to find out if there's any specific types. But yes, it does recognize it. Now, as far as if it's the kind of you wear on your chest, or I'll have to follow up and check on that one.
I think most of them are.
Yeah.
And that's a good function for students to know that they can wear that and will not have to hold on to the heart rate monitor.
And the heart rate monitors, and this is kind of universal for most companies, it's not 100% accurate because sometimes you got sweat built up. Everybody's different. Everybody has their own different kind of hand grips. It gives just kind of a good ballpark idea of where your heart rate's at. So yeah, so you have both options there.
Thank you.
But I'll do some follow-up on that though.
Thank you.
So next up is the bike category. We did the same thing on the consoles again. One of the big things to always recognize on our products is we try to color scheme everything so that you can recognize where an adjustment is. If it's an adjustment, it's always color coordinated in yellow, so it kind of sticks out. The seat adjustments for the recumbent bike's pretty easy. Pull up on this lever here, and then you can just slide it back and forth. And then also too, even your adjustments on the actual, when you're using the unit, same thing, adjustment's gonna be in yellow here, yellow buttons, to increase your resistance. Just like what you did on the elliptical or on the treadmill, you can adjust your resistance from the handles here manually, or you can do it on the touchscreen here. Really easy walkthrough access. It's pretty simple bike feature. Nothing real fancy about recumbent bikes. But you'll have your iPod, Nike Plus, all your same features on here. You'll also have your designated virtual active programs on here as well too that you can use specifically for the bike courses. So there will be different courses from the treadmills, the ellipticals, and the bikes. So the crank cycle is actually almost like an upper body cardio workout. It's independent arms, so you can do backwards. And just like a spin bike, you can adjust your resistance here at the top. So if you want to change it up and do a different motion, you can pull this lever down. Again, it's yellow, sticks out. Turn this around here. Pull back, and you can do forward. One thing that you'll notice is how much more energy you pack into your legs when you do cardio, because when you do an upper body workout, you get spent pretty quick. But we have these designed for either cardio floors for just regular cardio use, or we have them designed for classroom settings as well too. So we have it mixed up. But this one, again, like I said, it's like an upper body spin bike, flywheel, resistance knobs. You got your water ball holders here. So yeah, it's pretty neat. Any questions? No? All good? Cool. Moving on is going to be the upright bike. Same features as the recumbent bikes. It's just going to be more of an advanced bike workout. You're sitting up higher. This is going to be almost like if you're doing like a real life bike. You have the elbow holders here to lean over, like if you're on a bike ride. Same features again, 7XE console. You got your seat adjustment here with a yellow knob. So you can adjust it here for the height. So that's it. Upright bike's pretty simple. The next one is going to be the climb mills. These are going to be for most of the advanced folks. For those of you who've ever used one of these, it's probably the most advanced cardio work I can think of. But the cool thing about this one is that the steps are deeper in. Some of the older ones out there, your heels would hang off, so it just wasn't that comfortable. So we made we made the steps a lot deeper. Your same programs in here if you want to do the customized programs, or if you want to do just your basic quick start workout. So once it turns on, just like if you're climbing an escalator backwards, you got your levels here at the top, just like you would on the other consoles we showed you earlier. You can take it up. The higher you take the level, the faster the steps are going to go. Now, a couple safety features that we did on the climb mills, if anybody ever gets off and puts their foot on that platform, it's going to automatically stop. Or if somebody walks up behind you, puts their foot on it, it's going to stop. Once you get back on, you can start it back up. Just hit the resume button at the top right-hand corner. You got several different areas to put your hands on here. We put the rails at the top too, because on some of the other versions of the climb mills, people would put all their weight on the consoles. Kind of makes the consoles come loose, so we put a safety bar up here at the top. You got the built-in fan right here. Low, medium, and high function. And then you have your heart rate monitors here. And again, you can adjust your speed here on the left side. And then you can hit the pause button here on the right side, or you can do the stop button here. And then again, after your workout's done, you'll have your workout summary if you want to save it to your iPod. And then if you just want to go back to the home screen, just hit the home button to take you right back to where you started. You guys got any questions on that? Okay, this is the spin room where we have all of our Livestrong bikes set up for spin class. Mainly just going to kind of give you a breakdown of how all the adjustments work on the spin bike. You have your seat adjustments, you have your handlebar adjustments, and then you also have your built-in computer that tracks your RPMs, your time, and everything. One thing to point out on the handlebar adjustment is you have two different where you can slide back and forth on the handlebar, and then you can also adjust the height of it as well too by loosening it here. Just unscrew it all the way, and then just lock it in wherever you want it, and then tighten it back up. So, real easy to make all the adjustments. You have your water bottle holders here, dual holders. Your seat adjustment is going to be right here in the back. So you have a yellow knob in the back, same thing. Just adjust it to the left. Get your seat wherever you want it here, and then just tighten it back up to the right. Your computer here, to start it up, just press the left button here, the star, and then you'll see your heart rate here, your RPMs, and then your training time. So it'll keep track of all that during your workouts. Another cool thing too that Lance Armstrong did on these bikes specifically was he added in the lower handles here, kind of give it more of a realistic feel. So that's pretty much the spin bikes as far as, oh, one more thing. You do have your back and forth on the seat right here. So you can go back and forth on that, just like you can on the handlebars here. So, did y'all have any questions on the bikes or anything?
The little system at the handlebar, did you go over that?
Which one? Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So just hit the left button here and you have all your heart rate, you have your RPMs, and you have your training time and all that stuff. So. Any more questions? That's spinning.